Thousands of years ago, the Buddha taught you are what you think.
So a modern philosopher coined the phrase that you are what you eat.
Today, like millions of my human sisters and brothers on planet Earth,
I'm becoming mindful about what I eat, what I think.
But lately, I've been thinking about this.
I watch what I eat, but do I watch what I watch?
It's Karen Drucker coming to you from San Francisco, California, and I am here to say that I love watching The Next Normal with Sister Jenna. I get transformed, I am inspired, it's deep, it's wise, it's wonderful, just like her. I hope you're watching it too.
Shanti everyone, welcome to The Next Normal. Happy New Year, happy 2021 as well. We are 4 days into the new year with a new vibe, with a new attitude, with new vibrations, and hoping that we are getting ourselves prepared to walk into a golden age future. Why not? We don't have a choice. Either we're going to go into hell or we're going to go into heaven. So you have to choose from the level of your consciousness what you're planning to serve. Do you want to serve the downtrodden, the dark, the negative, the lower part of you? Or are you willing to serve the part of you that's got the light and the brightness that just wants to shine like 1,000 suns? Of course you're going to say you want to shine brighter than 1,000 suns. But haven't you also noticed how certain thoughts just come in the way and just go, you want to shine like 1,000 suns? Well, I'll show you something. And these other thoughts, I'm telling you, these thoughts are no joke. A thought from the past, a thought that is present and is connected to the past, a thought for a desire in you that's not being fulfilled comes into the way, and it just corrupts your clear path. I was having a nice chit-chat with my sweet sister who is here today, Sister Hina, and we were talking about how the form of illusion, what we also call Maya in the Brahma Kumaris, or what I tend to coin frequently, algae, has a way of coming now to test you more than ever before. Maya will come in the area that she knows she can tempt you. She'll tempt you. And then she'll see if you grab the bait. And the moment you grab the bait, you get trapped. You ever gone fishing? Back in the day when I used to indulge in that food or that sporting activity, my father used to take me fishing so frequently. It used to be one of our favorite times to bond anyway. Now I wouldn't do it, of course, but I remember those days very fondly. But I remembered how we would put the bait on the hook and then we would throw it out, not knowing who will bite it. There'll be a school of fish in the ocean. You're on the boat, you're just there, you're with friends, you're having a good time, and then something bites, click, it bites you. You get a pull on the line and you're like, oh wow. And then you're checking the weight of the pull. Is the pull really strong? Is the fishing rod bending enough? That gives you an idea of how big of a catch you've gotten. There's some of us who are out there in the world doing a lot of good, and illusion, delusion, Maya will come for you anyway. No one escapes the lure or the temptation of illusion, fantasy, Maya, algae. So you got your rod, right? And you feel the pull. And the rod is bending, and you're like, oh yeah, and everyone's excited. I got a big one, I think I got a big one. And you're like ringing it in, and you're like, you're waiting and you're putting it down. Look, I even remember the pattern, how we used to pull it in. Look at that, I still remember how I used to pull in those big catches of the day. And then it comes up and you're like, wow, I got a big one. That's how illusion feels when it gets a hold of you. When it takes your thinking from being elevated, being self-conscious, being an instrument to be of service, to be charitable. When Maya and algae takes over your thinking, your consciousness, it celebrates. I got a big one. Look who I got under my belt. And it takes you such a long time to get out of that spin. It's like once it grabs you, it holds you for a while. I remembered once there was a fish in the boat and it was flapping for its life for survival. And it got out of the boat and went back into the water. I was so happy to see that. Interesting, right? Some of us, we get the lure from Maya or the temptation from Maya. It comes in an area that maybe we're not very strong in. There's a part in our personality that is still unfulfilled. We still need something from the outside to give us some sense of validation or worth or proof. Today I posted something on Facebook and I was sharing on it that I've been doing some reflections and just thinking about my journey. So I was emptying out my phone and came across pictures. So I saw my baby picture, I saw a picture when I was in my 30s, and I saw a picture when I was in my 50s. And then they put together this collage of the baby picture, you know, when I was in my 20s, 30s, whatever, and 50s. And then I posted another picture and somebody goes, me, all about me. And I just said to her, yep, and that's exactly where I am, and I'm proud of it too. And there was a point in time in my life that I would just feel so offended by that comment. And I'm like, I am looking at my life as a life journey. And what I've been through in my travels, not just pre-spirituality, but during my journey of spirituality, definitely, I can't believe it. I'm still here. Yes. If it wasn't for me, I wouldn't have my relationship with God. I wouldn't even be sitting here in front of you every night talking about the things of life, things of love. I was telling her, you know, you can't and you have to reach a point in your life. You stop living for the approval and the validation of human beings. Even though that's really, really important at some point in our journey, you have to validate yourself. You have to feel comfortable with yourself. You have to appreciate the journey that you have taken. And I thought it was just so important. And I've seen where individuals have this tendency of, if somebody starts to shine a little bit brighter or faster than the other person, they will do anything in their power to bring you down just because they are not shining. So to all of you out there, are you into the me game that actually is in service to the we game? Celebrate yourselves. Don't let anybody turn you around or turn you back or put you down. You've got to know your own heartbeat and know yourself. I've seen myself and I've seen folks criticize, judge, talk about this, talk about that with you. And I've seen them in similar positions that I'm in, and I see how much they bark, like they go into it. They're like celebrating it, like, oh, look what happened for me and look what happened to me. I'm not going to apologize to anyone for living a life of service, for being available in whatever capacity I can be available in. Do you know why? One of the greatest teachings of Raj Yoga meditation is to recognize yourself as a soul. Who am I? That takes a really long time to figure out. Right before we came on, I'm talking to Hina about life. She's showing me pictures of when she was first born. Look, even she picked up the vibration. Did I sit here and tell her, oh, so you just want to show me pictures about you? No. She's doing her reflection in life. She goes, look at me as a baby. Look when I was a little girl. Look at my mom and dad. Look at my brother and I when we were in Dubai. Of course life is about you. And there's nothing wrong if you, the soul, wish to the first time in your life decide to celebrate yourself. So for those of you out there who are ready to celebrate for your 2021, you have full permission from me. Celebrate as much as you can. It's a new year. Be yourself. Has anyone seen this animated? I think it's an animated or a Disney show called Mulan. Beautiful story. Beautiful story. So it's all about this young girl, no? She's like a tomboy, and she's in her little village in China. The parents want to marry her off, and she's like, God, I am so not ready for this marriage material. The whole village turned against her. They said, oh, you're awful. You don't belong. You are not worthy. You are worthless. Long story short, the kingdom is going to get attacked by an enemy. The king sends out the family. For those of you who saw it, I know you'll do a much better job than I'm doing now. But they went to each village to take one boy from each family to go into the war, to fight the war. And what happened was that her father was the only man in the family. So he says, I'm going to fight the war, even though he had a bad leg, everything. So in the night, she decided to sneak in, take his sword, dress up like a boy, and go to fight. Go and join the army, and the father was devastated. So she's in the army. She's posing as a boy, all right? She's the best. She's stronger than every man that's in that army. And then she reaches a particular point that she's face to face with the enemy. Her whole platoon is somewhere else. And the woman, who's also a witch and has chi power, looks at her and says, you're weak. You're not yourself. You're not being who you're supposed to be. You're telling lies to yourself. Let me tell you, that was the part that woke me up. She looked her right in the eyes and she says, you aren't being the real version of you. You're lying to yourself. And basically, if you're being dishonest with yourself, you are weak. You can't stand for truth. Powerful story, huh? At the end of the day, she takes off her male-looking costume, takes off her armor, throws her hair out, goes out and saves the entire kingdom, including the emperor of the Chinese kingdom. She's awarded the Medal of Honor. They go back to her village. She sees her father. She thinks the father in the village is going to disown her, and she says, I ask you for my forgiveness. The father's like, I love you more than anything else. I don't need your forgiveness. It was such a beautiful story. The point that I'm making is, tonight, know who you are. Make a commitment tonight to figure out yourself. So I want to show you a presentation of an image. Is it the soul awareness, body awareness? When we talk about who I am, I think it's essential that you start to look deep inside of the resources of your consciousness to really identify, what do you feed the most? Let's go through the list together. I'll give you some time as well. Read it slowly. Take a picture of this from your cell phones if you don't have it, and keep it and look at it, print it, put it on your fridge, put it in your bathroom, put it in your bedroom, to see who you're serving, the lie, which is body awareness, or the truth, which is soul awareness. So when we're living the truth of discovering who we really are, you will feel comfortable inside yourself no matter what is happening around you. No matter what they're saying, what are their criticisms, what are their judgments, you feel comfortable inside of you no matter what. Your heart is open and loving. That's a truthful person. You will love yourself. These are all the things when you are soul conscious, soul aware, when you are actually being the real you. God becomes your best friend. Your confidence and self-respect soars. Your life is meaningful. You start to really understand the scheme of things. Your life will attract beauty. Your third eye shows you reality. You will come to a point in your life that you've really found what you've been looking for. But you're also very farsighted. So that means you don't get trapped that easily. You really begin to enjoy and understand your own story. Now, those are just 12 points. There are a lot more points if Santosh can scroll down a little. You see the past, present, and future clearly. Your body becomes your instrument of expression. I want you to underline that one. Your body becomes your instrument of expression. That means taking care of it, feeding it well, keeping it healthy, keeping it presentable for the world to appreciate it. When it puts its eyes on you, then it is also of service. Peace is your religion. Spirituality becomes second nature. You're not struggling to be a spiritual person. You just are. You are in harmony with the rhythms of expression. Can you all feel the real you emerging now? Happiness and love will fill your mind. You are the one that will be motivated by wisdom. You understand how the world works. And guess what? You're not afraid of death, nor of your yesterdays. You see, your future gets so bright that you have to wear sunglasses. You respect your body and you treat it well. This is a really important one, everyone. Your inside matches your outside. Whether you are willing to accept yourself or not, let that inside match your outside. It's the greatest thing you could ever possibly do for yourself, is to match your inner and your outer dimension with real conviction. You see, that's where the self-honesty comes in. The inner and the outer dimension, it is absolutely vital for you to nurture and really bring into play. It's the year for this, 2021. The year to win. So your head and your heart move as one. Your head and your heart, it moves as one. Duality is one of the reasons why we're so conflicted inside. Your highest dreams, this is another big one, everyone. You want to know who you are? Put your highest dreams into reality. Don't you love that one? Your highest dreams become reality. That is somebody who knows who they are. I have to emphasize that one to you. So animals become your friends and you don't eat them. Can I see some more soul awareness? No human being is your enemy. You conserve your spiritual and physical energy. Another big one, everyone. When you know who you are, you will conserve your spiritual and physical energy. You're a non-violent warrior. You develop a clear and decisive intellect. Now, let's go back up on the other side, and I'm going to scroll from the 32 up. I'm going to start from the bottom part of body awareness up. Let me take this moment though, everyone, and pause. I want you to think again about all the points I've just pointed out, which is one of our favorite installations at the Meditation Museum, the Soul Awareness, Body Awareness. Did you see the difference of your soul awareness energy? When you know who you are, you're going to be okay. And what's been getting in our way? The body awareness. You tire easily. You leave your jobs unfinished halfway through. How many of you do that? You leave your jobs unfinished halfway through. It's something that gets on my last nerves whenever I see this. Your mind is scattered and cluttered. Others cannot really rely on you. You have a lot of mood swings. Happiness eludes you. You are overly sensitive and touchy, which means no one can tell you the truth. You're easily bored and get lonely. No matter what anyone does for you, you won't be satisfied. But you are dependent on physical support systems. And this is one that I used to hear a lot of people tell me at the Meditation Museum. Good fortune stays away from you. There are offensive personal habits that you might have. You hurt those who are trying to help you. You get affected by the expectations of others. Your horizons become limited. And guess what? When you're feeding the other part of you, which isn't the real you, you find it hard to let go. Am I talking to anyone out there? Give me some thumbs up. I hope nobody's crying. Don't worry, it's a new year. It's time for us to be brutally honest and straight up with our lives if we want to move forward. With the level of honesty required now, you're going to be fine if you apply it. So you lack integrity, and there's possessiveness, there's jealousy. Can you go up a little, Santosh? You tend to seek approval from others. There are poor listening skills. You're talking to people and they're answering you before you're finished. You're talking to people and they haven't heard a word you're saying, so they haven't even moved one bit forward. But also, I remembered when I was in my 20s, I had this quality, very defensive, because I always felt like I had to prove I'm right. So you become very defensive. You have low self-esteem and a lot of ego. So your happiness doesn't last long. You have a judgmental attitude. You criticize, you find fault with everyone. You are motivated only by short-term desires. I was telling the lady that had messaged me today, the sister that messaged me today about the me consciousness, and I just texted her back. I says, you think if I was in me consciousness, I'd be able to do all that I do for so long, so consistently? Check yourself, check more. Because I'll tell you this, somebody with impure mixed desires will not show up every day happily doing what they do because their motives aren't being fulfilled. And she just said, true, true, true. So you waste time, energy, money in being indecisive. You have too many expectations of others and yourself. Sometimes you're out of harmony with your body. You turn your friends into enemies. You can be grumpy and short-tempered, but also what a lot of people in the world are feeling, anxious and uptight. Soul awareness, body awareness. Who are you? Which one are you? It's okay if you're body aware, but which one do you feed the most? Raj Yoga meditation wants you to become soul aware. God wants you to become soul aware. Your own soul wants you to become soul aware. So I'm going to take you through a PowerPoint presentation. And I'd like you to think about this whole introduction of soul consciousness and who am I really, and the importance of really stepping into that zone of beginning to feel the energy of who we really are. So who am I? Feel free, if you've got a pen or paper or your phone next to you, write down whatever answers come up immediately as this question is being asked of you. Who am I? Sometime I remembered once a young girl, I just loved her so dearly. She says, Sister Jenna, honestly, I'm a mess. And at some point in that phrase, she was right. But she was also right getting prepared to make her life completely powerful. So it's okay if at some point you find yourself in a place you don't want to be, but you won't stay there forever. So let's explore the real nature of the soul, shall we? The soul is a being. It's a being that comprises of thoughts and stories. The best stories that we tend to enjoy in our heads are stories that were filled with love, peace, purity, truth, joy, all the incredible things that are out there for you. Now, when you are living soul aware, you will think and make decisions to support love, peace, purity, truth, and joy. You will perform choices and you will perform actions that will support soul awareness. When you practice that over and over again, you are strengthening the original identity of who you really are. Atma, Ru, spirit, soul, light, the metaphysical, energy, being, whatever is that language that gives you comfort, it's the same. So imagine the word soul, that it kind of represents you stepping into silence ever so often. And in your ability to step into your own inner silence, you've become an observer of your story. Something I'm working on for 2021 is not to take anything personal anymore, and to completely understand who I am and step into my own personal power as God's child, not as Sister Jenna, not a person that has titles and roles and achievements, but as God's child. Step into that. And the second aspect of soul is when you're able to observe yourself to see if you're supporting that truth. Am I really God's child? That means you do things that show the fragrance of the divine. And when you start to do that as a soul, you start to tap into your unlimited capacity as an energy that will make the impossible possible, that will manifest your highest dreams, because you're living now in the unlimited. And the L means you will do everything with love. So throughout the journey of life, you've heard me mention this over and over again, why we've lost our power, and I hope everyone is enjoying today's broadcast as well. But you've got to recognize these things as essential truths for you to understand what is happening in your life. I've gone through it. I know thousands of souls who have studied what the Brahma Kumaris have gone through it. I've got proof. It works. So throughout the journey of life, what is responsible for me not being able to be an embodiment of power? What's responsible for me to not being happy? What's the reason why I won't be honest with myself, so then it's impossible for me to be honest with you? Algae. Anger, lust, greed, attachment, and ego. Break it down. What are the thoughts you have in your head? Anger, I don't like you. Lust, I want you. Greed, I want this. Attachment, I just can't live without you. Ego, you know I'm right, always. So how do you get your power back? There has to be a connection to God, the source of all virtues, powers, and goodness. When you use a virtue, no one can hurt you. And in order to receive this virtue, you've got to go up above and step out of your body awareness and begin to feel comfortable with your soul awareness, in order to invite the energy of the divine with you. So you're ready to do a little meditation, because now it's time for us to sort of absorb what I've just shared with you, which felt for me like it was a bullet of incredible information, but it's truths. And it's essential for me to explain to you these truths will make your spirit dance. So let's take a deep breath, inhale, and let's go into a moment of inner reflection. Native awareness, which is awareness of the soul, the original, eternal, imperishable being of light. For a little while, I'd like to invite you to be present, to be here, and to be now. Allow your mind to settle in the moment, to relax. This meditation is about awareness. It's about becoming aware of your original and eternal self. It's about connecting to your truth. Let go of your name. And observe yourself feeling nameless. Let go of your gender to discontinue thinking you're a man or a woman. Let it go and observe how you would feel walking around without a gender. Let go of the role that you play and let go of the titles that you own. Observe how you're feeling as you are gradually letting go. Let go of your religion and put it aside just for now. And let go of your nationality and even the language that you're accustomed to. Imagine you have no name, gender, role, title, religion, nationality, or even a language. Ask yourself, how do you feel at this moment? And in this feeling, who would think of you and who would you think of? The Supreme Soul would think of you, and you, the liberated soul, would think of the Supreme. In this state of absolute freedom, I am truly who I am. A free, peaceful, pure, immortal, and eternal soul. Allow yourself to just be absorbed in this awareness. At this time, Om Shanti. Hopefully you had a chance to sense and feel the deeper part of you, that special sacred space behind your eyes, the soul, the being that never dies, can't be burnt, can't be cut, it can't be destroyed. But what it can do is transform the way it feels about itself. By applying the highest aspect of knowledge, by being consistent with knowledge and with truths, living these truths out, bringing it into your behavior, bringing it first into your consciousness and then coming into your actions. By doing so, you will certainly make a change inside of yourself. It's the law of the universe. No human being designed it that way. It is the law. If you change the way you think, you will change the way you feel. And when you change the way you feel, you will make different decisions. It's that easy. So hopefully you're getting to know yourself a lot more today. Yes? Thumbs up, heart, emojis. And feel free, you can give me one of those downwards. Oh my gosh, what is she talking about? This is impossible. Nothing is impossible under the sun, my dear family. Nothing is impossible. The only thing that makes it impossible is you don't have enough love for it. When you have enough love in whatever it is you want to do, it's easy. You don't even need to be qualified. You just have to be love, and everything becomes easy. From changing the tire of a car, to cooking, to dancing, to relating to people. And there are areas that are still challenging for all of us. There are still certain personalities that when you're with them, you don't feel confident. You don't feel loving. Their presence brings you into a place of reality where you're like, God, I need to have more power here. I want to love them, and I do in a generic sense, but I wish I could like them. I just don't like them. That's body consciousness, isn't it? So deep down, we all want to be this person that shines, that's beautiful, that's wonderful. But that algae just won't let us go. It's like the fish on the hook. It fights to get off, you know. You're fighting to get off of that hook. And the more you try, the more like you're getting hooked. That's why even with your transformation, I'm begging you, love your way forward. Love your transformation. Love the sacrifices that you will make in 2021. Love the giving up of habits that are not good for you. Don't fight it. Just love your way through it. And I know that there are times it's just going to feel like it's almost impossible. Like you just can't find the love. And I get that. But don't give up. It has to come. Love is the original nature of the human soul. And it's only because it's being distracted by algae why it's not flourishing 100% inside of our personality. Here's a lovely video Santosh found about the Who Am I. It was taken from a movie that was produced by the Brahma Kumaris in Mount Abu. And I wanted to kind of, seal this identity and this introduction of the soul, because the whole practice of spiritual awakening has to do with the soul and its relationship to source and how that transcends into relationships with people. So take a look at this.
Who am I? Am I just this body? When I look into a mirror, what am I looking at? Is that me? Is there more to me than my physical image? When I introduce myself to others, how do I let them know who I am? I may start with my name, my occupation, my relationships, my age, my address, and other descriptions about my life. But these are all physical things. These are all external descriptions of me. Is there more to me than this? Who am I? What is my spiritual identity? My spiritual identity. My eternal identity is soul. I am a soul, a being of energy. My appearance is like a tiny star, a radiant being of pure energy. I imagine myself free from all the influences of my daily life for a moment, floating, free as a star, pure, vibrant, radiant energy. I am a being of peace. Not just a momentary absence of disturbances, but a very real and permanent peace. Within my nature of peace, I also find love. Not the temporary love of passing phases, but a deep sense of self-respect and compassion. I reconnect with my spiritual identity, with my true nature of peace and love. Gently, I sense that I'm sitting inside this body. My energy returns.
Wasn't that great? Did you like that? Did that help you to gain a more insight into today's sharing on who am I, which is Atma, which is soul, which is light, which is the being, which is the Ru, which is Alma. After tonight, invitation is, let me accept that everything my five senses receives from the outside leaves an impression in the soul. And the only way to clarify what I'm receiving through my five senses is to be clear on the intention behind how I'm receiving what's coming through from the five senses. Am I going to see my relationship, my work situation, my career, my body from soul awareness or body awareness? Based on whatever energy of intent you are choosing to live from, when images and stories and relationships enter through you, through the five senses, to you, the soul, when anything from the external world enters through the portal of your five senses to you, the soul, and you choose to interpret, define, or decode it with body awareness, it will make you heavy. It'll take you further away from your truth. If you choose to receive the stories with soul awareness, you'll become lighter, life will become brighter, and you'll be able to fulfill your call. It won't even leave you. It has to be fulfilled because you're coming from that place. That's why you've seen and heard of stories of some people. They might have everything going for them, but they're miserable. There are some people who have very little in life and they're so happy. And you're like, how do you stay so happy? It's all up in here. So it's important to recognize what energy are you feeding? Soul awareness? Body awareness? Who am I? Answer that question tonight. And just remember, since the soul never dies, can't be burnt, can't be destroyed, but it does hold on to memories. Make the best memories possible now. Deepen your intimate link to Source so that you never feel alone. And the deep, intimate relationship with God will just open up the whole world to you. And everything will just seem so much better. All right. So let's say hi to the gang. Portia, Om Shanti, Denise, and Susanna, Deviani, Louise. Did everybody enjoy the session today? Mary, nice to have you on. Glad to have you, Shobha and Wendy. Praveen Bai, Annette, Samantha, Nancy. Om Shanti, Nancy. Jennifer Scotland, Induben, nice that you could join us today. I know you've been busy working. Nita, long time. Give Shreya a big hug for me. Tell her I miss her coming to Baba's home and entertaining us with her wisdom. So please come by again really soon. Ranju, welcome. You've been placed on the Murli, so you'll be getting updated regularly. So please stay tuned. Nikhil Kumar Joshi, Om Shanti. Nice to have you. Lots of love to Janvi, making sure she's okay. And also to Bill. Ashish, I know I don't see you on here, but I know you're watching because you're texting me. So to Ashish and Priya, lots of love, sending lots of light and might all around the both of you for lots of loving, powerful, profound energy because you deserve every bit of it. Nagashri and Abhi, warm welcome. Yesvi, always good to have you. Those on Facebook, welcome. Diamond, Caroline, Vashti, Enid, Myrna, Anika, Yolanda, all of you. Lelis, thank you so much for your loving support, for making the year feel like it's going to be very bright. Like I've told you, we feel like 2020 was being in a slingshot, being pulled back, and now 2021 is like, boom, let it go. Whew. Straight ahead. Do not get distracted in 2021. Do not get caught up in a relationship that doesn't suit your higher need. Do not get scared because it didn't go your way. Do not get trapped in anyone's deception. Do not wait for people to validate you or motivate you. Turn to Baba. You get all the power that you need and find those individuals in life that will vibrate at a higher level than you so they can keep you going too. And you will be someone that will inspire someone because you'll be vibrating too at a higher level. So thank you for joining us for the next normal. Don't forget to express how much you like us on our social media and do share it. I hope everyone really enjoyed this evening. I know I did. And again, you know, it's just one of those things that we've got to step into this power game within ourselves. If we don't step in and step up, then when? We don't want another pandemic to force us to do anything right. The pandemic has already, you know, showed us that we have what it takes. We've survived 9 months. It's going to be longer. But let those few months be the few months that you really awaken really deep within. And you're just the light that you were meant to be. So thank you so much for joining us. I'll end the show with our beautiful sister Kristen Hoffman and her beautiful music serenading us. I want to thank everybody for their blessings and their greetings and their love and their kindness. And Portia's having her surgery in January of around the 16th or the 19th, I believe, Portia. So we're sending lots of love and light. You're going to be fine. You are blessed. You've done way too many good karmas, and that doesn't mean that even though we've done good karmas that we won't go through challenges and situations. We will, but we will breeze through them like they were nothing. They'll just be like a game, entertainment, just a side scene, a commercial break. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti. That's all you got to do with your side scenes. Om Shanti them out of the ballpark. All right, have a great evening on behalf of all of us here. Santosh, Sister Geeta, Happy's doing so well. I gave her a trim. She looks like a poor puppy. She doesn't look so good. I'm really not good at trimming, but she seems happy. She looks a little bit like a ragamuffin, but she's happy. But she has healed perfectly. You can't even see where she had her stitches. It's incredible. She's just like her mom, you know. She knows how to heal well. So anyway, on behalf of everyone here, lots of love, lots of light. Stay true, stay powerful, stay real. See you again tomorrow. Om Shanti.
Sweet divine, you know my soul in intimate light. You guide me with a map of signs. Let me know that it's alright. It's alright. Sweet divine, when we speak in deepest prayer, in the silence feel you there, like you're always so aware of me. And in these conversations, you help me see the way. These conversations, my unique offering. These conversations, the healing that is mine to claim. Oh, sweet divine, sweet divine, in your gaze I'm never alone. You lead me back to heart and home. Help me hear the truest tone of who I am. Sweet divine, even when I'm living asleep, forgotten how to listen deep, you find a way to sing to me through the night. In these conversations, you help me see the way. These conversations, my unique offering. These conversations, the healing that is mine to claim. Oh, sweet divine, conversations, the healing that is mine to claim. Oh, sweet divine, sweet